to be able to get this built in time, test ride it, make sure it's safe, get a good couple videos out of it, and look to sell it. So let's see how far we can get with this. And then, so we got brand new brakes. We now have brake hoses. One might be clogged up, I don't know yet. We got a brake lever finally. We got a brake distribution down there at the bottom. Brand new calipers. And also got a brand new rear caliper. When dealing with something like this, I don't want to chance it. So I got brand new calipers. So I didn't exactly have all the hardware. So I had to do some searching to help find everything. So we now have a hose clamp that's right there that's going to hold the hose to the shock tower. We got one that's already in there. This is a front end off of a 2-wheel drive. 2-stroke 400 scrambler. And so I converted to just having 2-wheel drive. I'll send a link to the video of the first part of this. I did miss out on some video footage because I lost it. So we're just going to push forward. So now we're going to hook up brakes, bleed them, try to get this going. The buggy had to take a break for a bit because it's going to take more work to make that happen, which I'm crunched up against time. So time is my enemy right now. So I need to fix this up, finish up the wire harness, which I have. It's sitting right here. We're going to merge this harness with the snowmobile harness so we can actually control everything from the handlebars. And then from there, she should be ready for a test ride once all this is done. So we're going to take a little bit at a time, and I still got to replace the gas cable before taking it for a test ride. I'm not trying to go hurt myself right before neck surgery. And so I'm going to try to get much of this done as I can. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the GoPro somewhere so y'all can see just nothing but work in progress being done, and then I'll upload it. And say hello to our little friend here. What's up, little buddy? Come here. Come here, buddy. It's a good boy. Yeah, such a pretty baby. Yeah, tell him, say, give me some likes and subscribes. You know, at least for my pretty little face. Say, look at me, I'm pretty. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, he missed his daddy, huh? Yeah, I was gone for a while. Took a little break from everything. Went to go see my baby girl. She was in desperate need of me, and I was desperate need of her, so we went and spent some time together. And so now I got my mind reset. Now I'm ready to try to push forward, try to make some work, and try to make some cool videos. So you guys hang tight. I'm going to set up the GoPro and maybe even put on the time lapse so you can see work being done. And we're going to try to push forward. So y'all hang tight. Alright, so now I figured out that time lapse. I can't use the GoPro. Battery's dead. So, anyways, we'll push forward. So, we got the front brake calipers on. Got this all cleaned up real nice. So, this is going to spin around real good. So, it's not going to give me any issues. And I found a set of bolts that I can put in there. They're just missing the rotor, which is fine. This wheel's nice and cleaned up. Looking good. There's a pretty face for you. Give me some likes. Give me some likes for that little guy so I can continue feeding him and feeding myself during my downtime. You'll learn to appreciate things when you have to choose to live or die. This little guy doesn't deserve to die. So, give him some likes. Give him some subscribes. That little guy, I love him to death. So we went ahead and did the same thing to this side. And this side is dirty, so that's fine. I'm going to bleed the brakes. And we've got a little helper here because no one else is able to help me. So this little guy helps me during the day. Keeps me company. Because no one likes building things anymore. Ain't that right, little buddy? He likes just coming right up here and sitting up on my lap, don't you? Feels protected with me. Just the happiest little thing ever. Ain't that right, little buddy? Yeah, he's just a happy little guy. That's a little buddy. That's a good boy. We did a good job on them calipers, didn't we? Yeah, we got them put in. So now we'll be able to stop this monster. Yeah, now we'll be able to stop this beast. Ain't that right? A cool little guy. Love him. Love this little guy. I hope I make it through my surgery. Because I'd like to be able to continue being able to help this little guy. As you can tell, something got a hold of him. Ain't that right? Let me see. You okay? Is your neck okay? Let me see. I'm not going to hurt you. There you go. You know better. Ain't that right? Yeah, just a happy little guy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Okay, so before he gets back on my lap again, I'm going to continue. I got to get this done. So, got our brakes. So, where this normally is bolted up right in here behind there, I made it easier because this thing is just going to come right here and bolt right onto there and be just fine. Lay that hose back and she'll be great. So I'll probably take this, fatten up that hole, shove this in there, and this will hold that hose in there just fine. Right there. So, we're coming along, ain't we? Oh, sorry, little buddy, I didn't see you. He's just right there at my feet, ain't you? Yeah, he's a good boy. So, we got a brake switch. And at the rear brake line hooked up. We need to change the rear brake caliper. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to leave the wheels off because that'll make it easier to get to them bleeder screws. So unfortunately, those are the tires I'm going to put on here because I don't have nothing else that's going to fit this thing. So hang tight, I'm going to get set up here and we're going to push forward. This little guy is going to start bolting some things together for me. And well, he's the man to be able to keep my screws tight in my head, that's for sure. Ain't that right, little one? Keep me going. Keep me wanting to come up here and see you every day. Even during my downtime. Right, little buddy? Okay, so here's going to be easy. We'll get these two bolts. They're already out. And then we're going to hook the brake lines up to that. Hopefully, it's the same rear brake caliper. They have two different styles. This one has the fat hose, which it looks like my calibers are favoring, because we also do have these little zip lines right here, these little tiny lines. So I think that's the upgraded version. They're steel braided, but could not use them because they just fall apart. So I'm going to set you guys here for the moment. Pause the video, and then we're going to go hiker speed again. Hang tight. Alright guys, so we got the rear brakes, front brakes done. And well, I didn't get the video of it, but there's our new rear brake caliper. So it's a 2-in-1 dual piston. One is for the brake pedal and one is for the handbrake. So what you do is fill it all up, work with only the valve for one brake lever, takes care of 3 brakes. Then you close it off once you got your brakes. Then you go ahead and you do the reservoir on the foot brake and do that one. That's why there's two different bleeder screws. One is for a foot brake only. The other one's for when you grab the handbrake, it takes care of all 3 brakes, so you stop evenly. So here's reservoir number 1, and there's reservoir number 2. Reservoir number 2, I may be changing out depending on if it's still strong or not. But if it's nothing wrong with it, I'm going to leave it alone and just top it off. So at this point, we are not going to have brakes until I bleed the system. So I need to tighten these hoses down, and we need to go through each one of these to make sure they're going to work. Because I think this hose is going to be a problem, because I think this one might be froze up. So we won't know until we get pressure on the system. Once we get that all the brakes bled, then I'm going to be punching 2 holes here to run 2 screws through this into here and stick this in behind here so it protects it. And then it'll be real easy to get to if you ever had to swap a hose line or whatever. And that's why I'm doing that. So I want to pause the video because I want to get everything set up. Alright guys, well, it looked like I missed some footage here. So got both front brakes done. They've been bled. They're spinning real nice. And a little bit of brake noise, but they're spinning pretty good. And then there we go. So we got the rear brake bled, but our foot peg, foot brake doesn't work. So I imagine there's probably a clogged hose or the cylinder is probably just worn out. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. So it's probably from setting dry seals. So at least we got some footage on this. Should be good enough brakes. Depending on the likes and subscribes, I may put a video of this up and running, riding. But I need to fix that throttle cable. I'm not going to chance right before neck surgery or even after neck surgery to even try to drive this with that cable like that. you go to pull back on that throttle, it does not want to close up the slide all the way. So it revs up now and then. So I don't want to take no risks, no chances. Especially not for YouTubers, because ain't no one gonna give me no dang on likes anyway. So my life ain't worth it, the risk on it. So I gotta wire up the headlights. I'm gonna put a tail light on it, and I gotta go through that harness and wire it up and take it for a test run. And always, before going for a test run, put the front end up against a solid wall somewhere, or up against the back of a truck so it can't go nowhere. Because if the thing wide open throttles, it's just going to take off with you or without you on it. And what we don't need is a runaway bike. So this is my 440 twin air-cooled swap that I put on a Polaris 400 two-stroke. So it should play pretty friendly. Used to be four-wheel drive, so now it's only two-wheel drive. I mean, I have plenty of room in here to put that back in there. Plenty of room to shoot under there and shoot my drive shaft back on if needed or necessary. Could put it back in. I mean, it's not that hard to put it in there. The easiest way is take this front brush guard off and get access straight right to it. Shove it in and boom. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. My battery's going dead and so am I. So this is what I got so far. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you like. Hit subscribe, hit like, and as always, see you next time. Have a good one.